Right, yours already looks more boring than mine. I tried to find a car with no redeeming features whatsoever, and I feel like you have beaten me.
That is a bad car. But this is just like if somebody described a car.
That is like... Actually, no, we should drive before we
It's a
fall
box on
asleep. Count
wheels.
us in, Petrol.
Yeah, they're very
to
slow,
a
so
ATV race.
we should probably set off if we're
The
hoping to get
hotel.
anywhere before it gets dark.
The leap at the hotel. Count us in.
3, 2, 1, go!
You may not have a route
And
because
away we go. No, I don't.
game is interesting and not letting me do a group route. So what have you? It's an MG apparently, even though it looks nothing like an MG.
MG3, which is in no way an MG, apart from the fact it's called one.
I see.
It's a Chinese hatchback, sold at a very reasonable, quite low price in many places.
This gearbox is horrible. Apparently this is a V8, which...
It's like world's only V8 hatchback. Only America could produce such a thing.
Look at the suspension. That is... I don't know. I think I've failed at the task of finding a boring car because
It looks quite interesting to drive.
To complain about, such as why is my number plate hidden? Why does the suspension behave as it does?
This is probably a 4-cylinder, but I could be wrong.
Surprised they put a 4-cylinder in it. Is it not electric? Oh wait, this isn't where we're going. Oh, whoops.
I don't know. It is an MG3, so maybe it has 3 cylinders.
Wait, so it's not electric?
No.
Or hybrid?
No. It's just a car.
That is completely stupid. Why would you not have a car that... Well, basically, why would that car not be offered as an electric or a hybrid?
Why would it? Well, I suppose it would be an option.
Why would you Why in this day and age would you make a boring, slow car have a pure petrol engine?
I can think of one reason. It is very cheap.
How cheap is it?
I think it's about £10,000.
Whoa! Okay, that's not bad.
I'm pretty confident it's less than 20. Which any hybrid or electric thing probably is. That was an interesting landing. It didn't go very far.
Oh! Ow! Right, so it's 1-0 to the MG, and I'm already falling asleep in these boring cars.
Yes.
It's 1-0 to you because I forgot where we were going. Something I've noticed about my car is the wheels are nowhere near the front. The front wheels are nowhere near the front of the car. So it probably is impossible to estimate where you actually are turning. Anyway, your car just looks like a... Well, if you asked AI to design a hatchback, probably how they made it. Why has it got a spoiler, or a sort of aero thing on the back of it?
I don't know. It is available with a stripe, if you want to be a bit more interesting.
Ooh! Mine has multiple stripes. Usually I like the basic interiors and wouldn't... But... This interior is so basic, I don't know if you can see it or not, but...
Oh, wow. I found some interesting things in mine. It's got lots of red bits in the interior.
Petrol, what are some other cars you considered for this challenge?
This came straight to mind as soon as you said boring car, so I literally considered nothing else.
Okay. I went through the usual Mazda MX-5, but then decided no, that's a convertible, so at least it has a purpose.
Yeah, yeah.
Porsche Cayenne, but then decided no because it sort of did inspire.
It was
some
the start
reasonably
of that
good
sort of
SUVs.
small sports utility vehicle.
Yeah. The Audi TT, but then it's all-wheel drive, and I like all-wheel drive cars, so.
I was indeed correct. This car is a 4-cylinder engine, which apparently can do up to 60 miles to the gallon.
Ooh.
And apparently prices start from just under £16,000. Or you can get a 2021 model for 5.
5,000.
Yes.
Wow. That is actually really good. I don't know.
They're
I
good
don't
value,
call it.
but
Yeah, that is really good value for a car, especially if it does 60 mpg.
claimed.
Well, it probably does it if you are driving at a millionth of a rev, or maybe it does it in park.
Oh,
Funnily enough, that was one of the facts that the AI came up with, so I have no idea if it's true, judging by the fact that the AI didn't know that it comes with a V8. But this has very bad fuel economy.
I would imagine so.
It's probably heavy as well.
It's got to
It
carry
also-
that engine around.
Yeah, it only produces 135
Oh
horsepower.
god, that's bad. That's only 30 more than my 4-cylinder.
How do you get so few horsepower out of such a massive engine? Or is the engine actually making millions and the transmission is just awful? This also has the Gremlin logo on the back of it. Oh no, it says Gremlin X. Wait, what am I in?
A gremlin.
Oh.
What did you think you were in?
I don't know. That's how bored I am. I didn't even remember what I'm in. I thought it was just an AMC something.
Yes,
So
that's the
AMC
only
Gremlin.
AMC in this game, isn't it?
Was that American Motor Company or?
Oh no, there's the other thing. There's the big muscly thing. The AMC. Yeah, I think it's American Motor Company. AMC. There's sort of a normal muscle car thing as well.
Yeah. Do you think they made like 100 manuals of it just so they can claim and be advertising that it starts at, and then whatever price is
Possibly.
the cheapest?
Yes, it says it starts at 15, but the only new ones I could find were more like 19.
That's always my favourite thing in car ads when it says spec shown, not UK spec or stuff like that.
Yes. Or in small print, spec shown has £100,000 of options now.
You can tell we're bored if we're talking about car ads instead of the car we're actually in. I like how that...
Yeah.
That is not boring. That is actually quite interesting. The hinges for the window on the boot. I don't think this boot opens.
What? What?
Well, so you've won that. It's already 2-0, but... Oh, the stupid game ghosts me if I stop.
Small fun race circuit?
Yeah, I don't know why that came up when I put in boring. I think only the window is... Oh no, except there's a handle on the back of it, so I guess it folds down? Oh, a Porsche has joined us.
For the first time, it's the most interesting car here.
Yeah, that is the first time a Porsche has ever been more interesting
Actually,
than anything
no.
we've been driving.
I think yours might be more interesting than that.
I somehow, if I had to bet, I would bet on yours simply because the gearbox in mine is so bad.
5 litre.
Count us in, petrol.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh!
Oh,
I was wrong!
and through goes the GTR. Again, the first
faster
time it's
than the
been the most
GTR.
interesting car in a route line of 3 cars.
He's got "buy" on his number plate. 100 miles an hour!
90,
Yours can do 90!
come on! 93,
The other
4,
hand, that acceleration is probably quite
90.
dangerous on the motorway. Being that slow.
98. Come on.
Can he make 100?
98.
Oh, downhill.
100.
He can do 100 miles an hour.
Oh wow, it's doing 110.
What? Oh, downhill mine accelerates like a
115.
beat. Wait, mine only has 3 gears. No wonder the gearbox is so bad. Petrol, should we make these cars do more interesting things, such as drifting, considering it is 2 to 1? I should be better at this because it's rear-wheel drive.
High
Petrol,
speed and handbrakes.
which of these would you rather have?
Ooh. To use every day this.
So you're saying mine is interesting enough to be a not used everyday car?
Yes.
Well, yes, you do have the more boring car, so you're right. So, in terms of the challenge idea, I think you do win that. I would rather have yours, because if I'm going to be wasting away in boredom, I'd rather save money doing it.
Yes, exactly. And be safer, probably. And
I'm quite annoyed that this is doing quite well, because I'm probably going to win this challenge, and then we'll need to do another thing after this.
oh no. Every time I pull the handbrake to slide, it drops to 20 miles an hour.
I wasn't concentrating. I don't know what I just did.
Does it start with a 100?
Yes.
I think you've probably won.
It's a 120, that definitely.
Okay, then you've definitely won.
Come
on, come on.
Sight.
95!
No! 2-all! Which means we have to do a final challenge.
Why am I starting on the pavement?
What? That's interesting. Harry Potter? What? No,
What?
That Princess Leia and Harry Potter's child. I
Wait,
know.
what?
Are there any cars here that are more boring than ours? No.
No.
Oh, that's another car I seriously consider. The Mini Countryman.
Oh. Yes, but it kind of looks interesting. It's horrible, but that's sort of what makes it interesting.
Does it look interesting?
Yes, it's got the really sad-looking mouth.
Should have taken a Lexus LFA.
Oh god.
And once again, everyone on the internet disagrees with our opinion on the Lexus LFA.
I hate it, and it's the most overrated car of all time, but I don't think it's boring.
Ah, wait, I've just realised the proper good answer, the Audi R8.
That is quite
Because
boring.
that has no reason for existing.
I could
That's
barely
like the
outrun
perfect-
the Unimog.
Mine does quite well on the sand. Wow! I found an interesting thing about my car. The speedo and rev counter light up, but the back of it lights up, and it's so bright you can't actually read anything. It just blinds you without actually making you able to read anything. Wait, what? That isn't the end. There's another lap?
Yes. That's slow and boring. Wait, somebody's crashed.
Yeah, that was me. That's why you're ahead.
There's
Oh, wait,
a
someone else
DeLorean
has
here.
also crashed. Come on, we need to beat that thing, even though I prefer
I'm
it.
gonna jump over the Toyota. The Unimog just landed on the Toyota.
I didn't get a move on trying to get across, trying to get out of my predicament because I thought I was on the last lap.
Well, at least that's going to prove that this is the most boring car in the game.
Well, it's not, because mine was so boring. In the first challenge, I decided to stop driving before we actually got to the finish line. And in the final challenge, I also decided to stop driving before we actually got to the finish line. When I say decided, I just sort of did it. Well, that's 3-2 to you. Congratulations.
If you want to be incredibly bored, get an MG3.
Medium mirror.
Oh! I won a 911 Carrera S, which is almost as boring as these cars. And that brings an end to today's challenge. As ever, do go and check out Fail's channel, which will be linked in the description. But otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back with the next one very soon.